down to Mexico.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hey, but speaking of Mexico, though, with all that's going on there, so
right now it's this
again
election.
the news, right?
I didn't hear
again,
any riots or anything.
Well, the news, but it said this was the. So this was on where?
It's so damn good.
Probably on CBC, because I try not to watch much news, but I get a daily Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. They seem slightly less biased than most, but they're still pretty bad. But so they were saying that this was the most violent election in modern times.
Really?
They did not specify if it was the most violent Mexican election within Mexico in modern times or globally. They didn't make that clear. So there were 34 or 38 candidates that were assassinated during this whole process.
Okay,
and then there were hundreds of people just killed at polling stations. Huh?
Hey.
And so it's like, again,
that's terrible.
So you've been to Mexico more times than me. I've been down to Mexico. I've loved it every single time. But where is all this shit happening? I mean, it's kind of like there are plenty of areas in Vancouver where I won't go wandering around at night, right?
Really?
So is it just the same in Mexico that you just, here's a bad place, don't go there? Or is it pervasive and way beyond that, and just because we're going down there for sunshine and beers, we just don't notice, don't pay any attention to the bad shit going on? Or is the bad shit blown out of proportion? I don't really know. I love hanging in Mexico. I've never had any kind of issue. I've wandered into some pretty sketchy back alleys that I wouldn't do in Canada, and I'm still alive. Yes. Yeah, I'm still alive, I think. But any problems I got right now have nothing to do with Mexico.
Yeah, no. I mean, right now, I was going from Mexico. I used to live right off the border, so I'd pop over all the time. No problems back then. That was 30 years ago. Now, we went over a couple times, but mostly just a little bit. Like in driving, went to Puerto Penasca, but then we fly down to another resort area that's different than just driving through Mexico. And the problem is the cartels. The cartels are too strong at the moment still. Then they're trying to get a bit more control of the cartels. Cartels are just kind of like the mob, the mafia, the mob. It's the same thing. It's this Mexican version of it. And they're kind of infiltrated in many, many sectors of Mexico. And that's where the main problem is. It's within this kind of mobster cartel element, and how that extends throughout the country. The problem is it gets into the small towns. That's the issue. It's just not in one little group like Mexico City. It's in a lot of tiny rural areas as well. Kind of like, a little extortion and that kind of stuff. So
well, can you imagine you're in a small town of 2,000-3,000 people.
Yeah.
And you're the police. And there's, I don't know, 3,000 people. You got 2-3 guys in the police station, maybe. I don't know what the ratio is, but it's not huge.
Maybe 20 or 30, but.
Are there 2,000 people? Okay, whatever. You got whatever.
10.
But then the cartel comes into town. Well, okay, you're a local cop. They know who you are. They know where you live. They know everything about you because it's a small fucking town.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do to stop these guys?
Normally, they're paid to not stop them. It's very simple. Mexican police probably don't earn very much. So here's a big bonus for you. You just you just stay in your police and whatever, and don't bother us too much.
I'm giving you 2 bonuses.
Exactly.
Here's $100, and I'm not going to kill you.
Yeah, that could be.
That's 2 pretty good bonuses.
Yeah. So
how do you actually deal with that? I mean,